My name is Amanda Golightly. As I said, I am from Align Natural Health, and I'm a quantum nutrition testing practitioner, and I'll actually explain that a little more at the end of what I'm going through today. So what I wanted to start with was just kind of a little story about something I did a few years ago. I went to this training, and it was a training on how to give presentations and public speaking, basically. And this was something as a kid that I absolutely like wanted to avoid at all costs. Anytime I heard about a presentation or assignment that this had to be done, if I could avoid it, I would. And so when this opportunity came up, I had to take it because it was something that I thought was very valuable going forward into whatever it was that I went into. And so one of the things that we actually did was there was kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, a task we had to do where we used a technique. And in basically using that technique, we had to kind of expand our awareness. And then that would also open up more resources to us and what we could actually take in. Because usually we're very focused on something, whatever's right in front of us, and we're missing a lot of things in life. So this was just a technique to kind of open ourselves up and take in more information. And my body kind of went into a bit of a shock with that. And my arms were tingly, my face was tingly. And from that moment, we were geared up to actually go and stand in front of people and kind of talk. And I could not sit down. I was basically just stuck in my body. I was in a safe place, mind you, but I was also just kind of stuck and just kind of in that moment. And so what are we going to talk about today? Today I want to talk about stress and the impact that it has on our bodies. And why is that something that's important? Because like, who out there wants to have better mental clarity? Who wants to have more energy? And who wants to get better sleep? Well, when we get into stress and we find out that there are three different types that we're affected by: physical, chemical, and emotional. Physical, chemical, and emotional. Now, physical can be anything as simple as, this surprised me when I first heard it as well, like falling asleep on a couch. Like, who has not done that at one point in their life? Like, falling asleep. It's just a simple thing to do, but it's impacting your body in a stressful way because you're probably not getting the rest that you need, or perhaps the couch is really not comfortable. It could also be like from a car accident, collision, or perhaps you've experienced an injury through sport or at work. These all have impacts on the body and change how the body reacts and what the body needs to do. And not enough sleep is another thing. Like, I know a lot of people will also like decide they want to work out, they need to do all these certain tasks, and will actually forego sleep in order to do those tasks, like waking up early to work out. And it's actually more counterproductive to do so than get the sleep. You could also not eat enough food, going with someone who is perhaps hardcore and trying to lose weight. We've all heard the line as far as calories in versus calories out, and that has an impact on the body as well. If you're not getting enough fuel to provide the energy that you need in order to do your daily tasks, that throws more stress onto the body. So the next section is chemicals. They are practically everywhere around us. They are in the water, they're in the air, they are in cleaning chemicals that we use, hand sanitizer, which has been everywhere the last 2.5 years plus, in foods, artificial dyes, colors, sweeteners, hair dyes, especially lots of metals in hair dye, lawn pesticides, and chemtrails that are sprayed in the air. The third section is emotional. And we all deal with that at one point or another, whether it's from work, we've got pressures to get certain jobs done by a certain time. family stressors, like something with your spouse, if you've been not agreeing, or arguments, or whatever the case is. Perhaps it's a health issue that's come up with family. Kids can be also something that provides stress in our lives sometimes, depending on what's going on. Everyone's lives seem to be very busy, so coordinating schedules could be a thing. Pets, financial, that is a big one, I know, for a lot of people. And world events. The last couple of years have been quite the roller coaster of things that we've all dealt with, and it's been stressful in so many different ways, from just people not feeling well, being ill, or being separated from their families, or whatever the case is for that person. There's been so many things that we've dealt with. And so what does stress do to our bodies? This is the key thing that we need to know. When we are impacted by too much stress, it depletes our vitamin B, it depletes our minerals. And if there's too much stress, it can impact our adrenals, which then it's kind of like a domino effect. It can impact our adrenals, thyroid, and heart. And it also impacts our immune system and decreases it. So if you're coming into more stress, then maybe you're more susceptible to not feeling well or being ill. And what do we experience as a result of these vitamins being depleted in minerals, for once? If we're not having enough vitamin B or minerals in our body, we are going to experience more brain fog. We are going to have difficulty thinking, processing information. We're going to be more fatigued, and we're going to be exhausted. Stress on the adrenals, that could result in perhaps you're dizzy when you stand up. Has anyone experienced that? You've knelt down for a small amount of time, and then you've gotten back up and you just find yourself feeling a little dizzy. Low back pain was an interesting one, because I have experienced this as well. And this is something that you probably wouldn't clue into, that it's actually the adrenals, because they're located in like the mid-back area. And that's something that you can be aware of. If you're experiencing that, perhaps it's something adrenal related. Low blood pressure, if you're overtired, tired and wired, you're actually tired, but at night you just can't get to sleep. The thyroid, with stress, you could have a weight gain, weight loss kind of issue. Either could be hair loss, puffy face, hands, puffy legs and feet. You could also be experiencing hot flashes or a low libido with this. This is PMS symptoms for women. Fertility problems, because if we experience stress and we need to put our resources to something more important, this is where fertility is not a priority. So your body's going to shift into more important resources where they need to go. So what are the ways? Oh, I missed one here. Heart is the other one that I mentioned. If you're experiencing heart racing, palpitations, irregular rhythms, again, fatigue and fainting. And at the very end of that could be, if it's that bad, it could be death. So what are the ways that we want to reduce stress? There's so many ways, positive ways, that we can do that. You can simply just go for a walk, going out into nature and just being with the calmness of the trees and the environment. Gardening, just getting your hands into the dirt, and in a way you're grounding your body, so you're just kind of releasing any of that tension. You could play with your kids or your pets. Being creative. Do you have a hobby or something you used to do as a kid that you found really enjoyable? This is something that would be very beneficial to reducing stress. I see Kate's watching. Hi. Hello, Simon and Simone. And oh my goodness, I'm messing up your name. Simo and Amanda. Hello. Thanks for watching. So yes, being creative. If you're painting, playing music, if you love to write, cooking something healthy, these are a lot of the options that you can choose to do just to relieve that stress. Read something positive and inspiring. There are a lot of books out there these days that have lots of even like little sayings that you can look into, or maybe there's a more positive story that you can kind of get lost in. Dancing, that's something that's fun, depending on, some people don't like to dance in front of people, but you can dance by yourself, throw on your favorite music, and just kind of let go. No one's watching, have fun. Playing a sport, this is a great one for me. I love playing soccer. So it's a good time to get out and be social and just kind of get on the field and just forget about what else is going on and just enjoy. Meditation. Meditation and hypnosis are ones that I would suggest as well. They're similar, but they have kind of different, kind of slightly different directions. But they're both very beneficial to going through and relaxing the body. And it's something that I highly recommend. Do you have a favorite place or location that you like to go, like the beach or a trail? This is something where, again, you can take time for yourself because that's important. We often get very busy in life and we're just not taking the time that we need. So if you can just take even 5 minutes, whatever that is, just have time to reflect for yourself. And if it's one of these things that you can do for 5 minutes, writing, even journaling, just something so you can take that time and just reduce your stress levels. So I don't know if there's any questions that anyone has out there that I could answer or any comments. I'll just give that a second to come up here. I don't seem to see anything at the moment. So stress is actually one of the 6 main causes of health issues that we deal with. And these are things that we can help using quantum nutrition testing. And quantum nutrition testing is basically, it's a technology that we use to find the problem that you're dealing with. We use to find the cause of the problem that you're dealing with. And through this testing, we're actually able to do a scan of your whole entire body from your head to your toes and find out what's working and what's not working. And more importantly, why is it not working? From that information, we're able to take it and put it into a personalized program specific to you and find out what your body needs to get better. So if you'd like to know any more information on that, please click the link in my bio to find out more. And so as I was standing in that training room and my body was tingling, my hands, my face, and I was stuck in my body, it took some time. It took a little bit of time for that to actually clear, but this was just a process for me to learn and for me to get through and figure out, okay, it's okay. Putting myself in new positions they can be scary, sure. And putting yourself out of your comfort zone is actually where we do the most learning and growing. So for me, it was, the value in doing that training was way beyond that small moment of discomfort and what I was feeling at that moment. After learning more about how to give presentations, I find it easier to do. And learning the do's and don'ts have actually helped reduce my stress. Have you ever found that where you've learned about something that stressed you up in the past and it actually made you feel better because you had an understanding and your knowledge was better? I don't know if that makes sense. And from me deciding to level up my knowledge as far as my presentation skills, like you watching here today, you're actually up leveling your knowledge as well and learning more about your health, have you not? And as you're learning about that knowledge about what stresses the body and then also what you can do about it, you have the power to choose how you deal with that and how you manage that. And if you're finding that the ways that you're trying to handle any of the stressors or any other health issues, if those are not being resolved, you can always reach out to us. And if you have any questions, please do. Go to our website and alignnaturalhealth.com and click on the link in there and you can sign up to meet with us and have an appointment. Or if you just want to find out more information, just go to the website and send us questions. Like that's kind of the greatest thing. So I hope you've taken something away from this today. You have within yourself to empower yourself to learn about what's going on with your body and how you can take care of that and handle it. And I think that's the gist of what I wanted to say. I am Amanda Golightly. I am with Align Natural Health, and have a great day, everybody.